The 8th Sangguniang Panlalawigan begins today with inaugural session. SP approves provincial resolutions during the inaugural session. And Language Commission says, Kill Pilipinas. This is EJ Dangla. Good evening. After taking their oath of office and pledging to perform the responsibilities, Sangguniang Panlalawigan members started to turn the wheels. Here's my report.
More than a week after taking their oath, and almost 2 months after the 2013 elections, provincial board members of Pangasinan started performing their functions. This morning, 12 board members stormed to the session hall of the province of Pangasinan to attend the inaugural session, which marked the beginning of the 8th Sangguniang Panlalawigan, or SP.
Today, we collectively begin another 3-year journey as a collegial body tasked to deliver quality legislative measures for the province we call our home, the province we love.
Re-elected as Vice Governor, Kalimlim said that though they may have differences, they would still work together for the common good of Pangasinenses.
We may come from different demographics, different principles, different backgrounds, and sometimes even conflicting convictions. But in this hall, and with this God-given responsibility, it is the greater good of Pangasinan and every Pangasinense that we will preserve and protect above all.
As the SP members started the 8th Sangguniang Panlalawigan, Kalimlim advised everyone to work as a team to continue to pursue in making Pangasinan the #1 province. EJ Dangla, Pangasinan Watch.
Though there were absent SP members, the provincial board, having a quorum, approved several provincial resolutions this morning. Here's my report from the session.
It was a busy morning for the provincial board members of Pangasinan. They discussed a number of resolutions on the floor during their inaugural session, where 3 department heads also appeared for the confirmation of their designations. With 12 members present, the provincial board passed Resolution number 1-2013, which approves the internal rules of procedure of the 8th Sangguniang Panlalawigan. Resolution number 2-2013 authorizes Governor Amado Espina Jr. to enter into a memorandum of agreement with the National Food Authority or NFA on a rice loan program when a state of calamity is declared by the President or the Provincial Board. Resolution number 3-2013 authorizes Governor Espino to enter into a memorandum of agreement with the Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources or BIFAR on the implementation of the Fisheries Industry Enhancement Program. An ad hoc committee will be created by Resolution number 4-2013 that will study the feasibility of redistricting the province of Pangasinan into 8 legislative districts. Boundary disputes with Nueva Vizcaya and Benguet are urgent matters stated in Resolution numbers 5 and 6 respectively. Other resolutions duly approved by the board confirmed the appointment of Rafael Howard Baraan, Attorney Geraldine Baniqued, and Orpheus Velasco as Provincial Administrator, Provincial Legal Officer, and Provincial Information Officer respectively. Resolution number 10-2013, on the other hand, which authorizes the provincial government to purchase portions of lots for the expansion of Lingayen Airport, was not approved for second reading and would be passed on instead to the Committees on Laws and Ordinances and Infrastructure, Public Services and Utilities for further deliberations. EJ Dangla, Pangasinan Watch.
Confusion is now looming among Filipinos as the Language Commission recently unexpectedly proposed to kill the name Pilipinas. Louis de la Vega reports.
Pilipinas or Filipinas? Just recently, the Commission ng Wikang Filipino or KWF adhered a resolution aimed at dropping the country's name Pilipinas and adopting its former Spanish name Filipinas. To have a unified country name and for better sense of history and modernization, and to promote the official and modern name of the country and help unite Filipinos were the reasons cited by the resolution. And while this issue has kept the social media buzz and has given the language body the consideration it wants, changing the name without our people's proper understanding will promote nothing but another external change.
I think bilang isang senior citizen na, everybody is already used to the P as in the Philippines. Siguro naman mas maigi na mas antique ay mas okay kasi universally they know Philippines is as in P.
Sa inibagag dito, akin dapat danin sa alatan kasi katulatan so magagisanan tayo ito, Pilipinas talaga, Philippines. Ngayon tayo F, dis nga tayo islang Filipino o Filipinas.
Hindi maganda kasi dati ng P, so kailangan P na lang. Tsaka yun ang nakasanayan ng mga tao.
Presidential spokesperson Edwin Lacerda confirmed that Malacanang has yet to discuss a proposal to rename the country. Filipinas, given by King Philip II of Spain in the 16th century, was the former official name of the country, but it changed in the course of history. One letter may be worth a culture, history, and influence to the way of a Filipino's life, but only social re-engineering can happen if our citizens are willing to break free from ignorance. Luis de la Vega, Pangasinan Watch.
The Professional Regulation Commission and Board of Nursing just released today the official results of the June 2nd to 3rd, 2013 nursing licensure examination online. Out of the 16,219 passers from a total of 37,887 examinees, a Cebu City College graduate, namely Beverly Ann Balagon, topped the exam, receiving a score of 87%. University of Santo Tomas graduate Jamila Jane Borlagdan and Mylene Grace Dacula Gonzaga from West Visayas State University La Paz landed on second place after both scoring 86.80% in the exam. Maria Stephanie Valencia Reyes and Aina Fe Roldan Salem of University of the Philippines Manila and Lace Pauline Tan Rosaroso of the University of Santo Tomas were tied at third place with 86.20%. A total of 67 examinees managed to make it to the top 10 in the biannual examinations of the Board of Nursing. You can check out a complete list of the exam passers on the agency's website at www.prc.gov.ph. They may look good, but according to the World Health Organization, e-cigarettes must be regulated. Mayan Garcia reports.
The World Health Organization, or WHO, asked the Philippine government to regulate selling of e-cigarettes in the country due to its pure nicotine content that is dangerous to the health. According to Dr. Susan Mercado, Director of Building Healthy Communities and Populations, WHO Regional Office for the Western Pacific, e-cigarette is not an effective instrument to help smokers quit the habit. Mercado added that some of the e-cigarettes being sold in the country are from China and ingredients used in their manufacture were not revealed to the public. She said that the government must create a law that would oblige manufacturers to divulge the ingredients used in e-cigarettes just like what other countries do. Mayan Garcia, Pangasinan Watch.
The long wait may be over soon. The Dagupan Seafood Processing Plant, after many years, now awaits certification from an international system. Vanj Padilla reports.
The controversial Long Idle Seafood Processing Plant in Dagupan City is now awaiting certification after its ownership and management was turned over to the Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources, or BFAR, recently. This was announced by Dr. Wesley Rosario, Chief of the National Integrated Fisheries and Technology Development Center, or NIFTDC, saying the management problem is now settled. Rosario said the plant used to be comparable to a family house, where parents did not identify who among their children would own the house. He said the youngest child, uncertain if he would inherit the house, refused to repair and invest money on it. He was referring to the controversial management of the plant in the past years, where both the city government and BFAR claimed ownership. Now it is clear on who will run the plant, which is now in the hands of BFAR. Since BFAR is now the legal manager of the plant, its requests for funding and repair are now approved and is now awaiting the certification from the Hazard Analysis and Critical Control Point, or HACCP. Among the expected improvement in the plant are the installation of faucets, which are foot-operated, and the replacement of rust-stricken gadgets. The HACCP system is an internationally accepted system of preventative food safety management and certification applying to food manufacturers and processors. HACCP regulations are a set of 7 standards for the identification and control of safety hazards. In order to be eligible for HACCP certification, the standards should be strictly observed and put in place exactly. These standards include hazard analysis, critical control point, critical limits, monitoring procedures, corrective actions, verification, and record keeping. HACCP standards are proactive and preventative rather than a reactive approach to food safety. These standards are being strictly observed by U.S. and European markets. Vanch Padilla, Pangasinan Watch.
Chiefs of hospital have recently undergone reshuffling for better administration of state-run hospitals. Vanch Padilla reports.
Hospital chiefs of state-run hospitals in the province of Pangasinan were reshuffled effective July 1 for a period of 6 months to 1 year under their new assignment. This was the content of Memorandum Order Number 2013-0012 signed by Provincial Administrator Rafael Howard Baraan on June 19 following an order from Governor Amado T. Espino Jr. The purpose of the reassignment is to provide better hospital management. The rotation process is also a form of succession planning as it will prepare the COH or chiefs of hospitals to handle much bigger responsibilities for an eventual promotion because some are due for retirement. That is according to Provincial Health Officer Dr. Ana de Guzman. The chiefs of hospitals' new assignment are as follows. Dr. Don Doria from Pusirubio Community Hospital to Manawag Community Hospital. Dr. Edgardo Espinosa from Mangataram District Hospital to Bayambang District Hospital. Dr. Franklin Sable from Mapandan Community Hospital to Lingayen District Hospital. Dr. Alfredo C. from Asingan Community Hospital to Eastern Pangasinan District Hospital. Dr. Ferdinand Totaan from Manawag Community Hospital to Omingan Community Hospital. Dr. Vivian Villar Espino from Urdaneta District Hospital to Pusirubio Community Hospital. Dr. Athena Marie Merera from Lingayen District Hospital to Mapandan Community Hospital. Dr. Nicolas Miguel from Bayambang District Hospital to Mangataram District Hospital. Dr. Julian Rose from Umingan Community Hospital to Asingan Community Hospital. Dr. Jovencio Tumbaga from Eastern Pangasinan District Hospital to Urdaneta District Hospital. Dr. Genevieve Rivera from Bolinao Community Hospital to Dasol Community Hospital. And Dr. Eugenie Giang from Dasol Community Hospital to Bolinao Community Hospital. The rotation scheme has exempted Dr. Policarpio Manuel, who is acting as OIC Chief of the Pangasinan Provincial Hospital in San Carlos City. Out of courtesy, Dr. Jackson Soriano, who is on leave due to lingering illness, is still the Chief of PPH. Dr. Susan Rita Merino, Chief of the Western Pangasinan District Hospital in Alaminos, also remains in her post. Vanch Padilla, Pangasinan Watch.
A bus driver dies in Bolinao after getting hit in the head by a gunshot fired by a still unidentified man. Mayan Garcia reports.
Chaos began inside a passenger bus bound for Manila after an unidentified passenger shot the driver around 4 p.m. Saturday. The incident happened along the National Highway of Barangay Tara, Bolinao, Pangasinan when a 5-star bus en route to Pasay City from Anda pulled over in the said barangay. The driver, identified as Ariel Capiral, a resident of Barangay Aweli, Anda, was shot by either of 2 men who boarded the bus in Poblacion, Anda. The conductor of the bus, named Robert Cacho, 30 years old and a resident of Rojas, Anda, told the police that a suspect and his accomplice were seated behind the driver and was issued a trip ticket from Anda to Barangay Tiap, Bani. Upon reaching Barangay Tara, Bolinao, the 2 told the driver to pull over. One asked the conductor to get their baggage placed in the luggage area while the other brought out his firearm and shoot Capiral on the head. The 2 escaped immediately after the incident, leaving the driver dead on the spot. The investigators are looking into the angle of a love triangle that resulted in the crime. Mayan Garcia, Pangasinan.
And that was today's latest news and information in the province of Pangasinan. I'm EJ Dangla, and this is Pangasinan Watch of Talk TV Global, broadcasting here and beyond.